Federal agents are conducting immigration enforcement raids in at least 6 states. U.S. immigration authorities arrested hundreds of undocumented immigrants in at least a half a dozen states this week in a series of raids that marked the first large-scale enforcement of President Trump's January 25th order to crack down on the estimated 11 million immigrants living here illegally. Hold on just a minute. Obama deported millions, but I don't recall reading that on the Washington Post. However, a guy named Trump does it, and all of a sudden everybody's PO'd about it. Officials said the raids targeted known criminals, but they also netted some immigrants without criminal records, an apparent departure from similar enforcement waves during the Obama administration. Last month, Trump substantially broadened the scope of who the Department of Homeland Security can target to include those with minor offenses or no convictions at all. Trump has pledged to deport as many as 3 million undocumented immigrants with criminal records. Immigration officials confirmed that agents this week raided homes and workplaces in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, the Los Angeles area, North Carolina, and South Carolina, netting hundreds of people. But Gillian Christensen, a spokeswoman for the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees immigration and customs enforcement, ICE, said they were part of routine immigration enforcement actions. ICE dislikes the term raids and prefers to say authorities are conducting targeted enforcement actions, she said. Papers, please. Proposed law will jail passengers for 4 months for riding in a car without an ID. Phoenix, Arizona, the nanny security state, has reared its ugly head again, this time in the form of a new law that requires passengers in a vehicle to carry identification. And this is in Phoenix, Arizona, with violators facing up to 4 months in jail and a $750 fine. Last week, HB 2305 was introduced by Rep. Anthony Kern in hopes of reinstating an Arizona law that was struck down in 2002 after a judge ruled the statute as too vague to enforce. Currently, Arizona law requires only that the driver of a vehicle carry identification. The new law would require passengers in a vehicle to have evidence of identity, with failure to do so resulting in a misdemeanor charge, which allows for a penalty of up to 4 months in jail. The entire text of the bill can be read there. There are no stipulations in the bill differentiating between children and adults. Thus, under the proposed law, if passed in its current form, parents would be ridiculously obliged to procure IDs for their children to be able to simply ride in a vehicle without breaking the law. Under established precedent, an officer is only allowed to request identification from someone if there is reasonable suspicion of a crime or traffic infraction to stop the driver of the vehicle. Kern attempted to justify this absurd law by stating police officers need to know who they are talking to, and we wanted to clarify it in statute for passengers also. I imagine this dances with the Fourth Amendment. For those of you who don't know what the Fourth Amendment is, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. I am strongly positive that this dances with the Fourth Amendment. Let me know what you think. This week, we're expecting to release our latest episode in the series Club of Rome, or All Roads Lead to Rome, the secret society behind the United Nations and the New World Order. Now, of course, our latest episode was episode 4, the Twisted Hidden Hands, the United Nations Exposed. If you'd like to support what we do in our fight against the New World Order, become a member of Christian Truther. Go to christiantruther.com/info for more information. I want to thank you guys for supporting us, for your prayers, for watching our videos, and of course for checking out our website. You can get the latest news by going to christiantruther.com/news. God bless and carry on.